All right.
This podcast is just fun. It's all fake. Don't believe us. Look, do your own research.
No leaving the asylum. No exits, no mercy.
Welcome.
There's no leaving the asylum. There's no leaving the asylum. Step in the lab, yeah, the lights go red. Dry scoop psychotic, now I'm out my head. Heart go boom like a war drum head. Grip that bar, cause we don't quit. Psychotic saw got me cut like blades. Extreme in my veins so I don't feel the pain. Psychopath mode when I step in the zone. Turn weak, too strong when I'm lifting alone. Insane way, building bricks in my frame. Every rep, every set, I'm simply chasing insane gains. Crampus hydration, keep the system alive. Surging, gonna keep the muscle revived.
No sleep, no fear, no backing down. Iron sharp, yeah, we wear the crown. You can try to leave, but you'll never break free once you taste the laugh.
You're locked like me. There's no leaving the asylum.
Once you're in, you're a part of the system.
Blood, sweat, rage, and we live for the pain.
Live, break, rise.
Do it all again. There's no leaving the asylum.
Built from fire, yeah, we thrive in the mayhem.
Crush every breath, every step, every time.
Welcome
To the
show.
we didn't talk about that part.
delay on that, yeah.
We didn't rehearse that part.
Too bad. That's what we do.
That's the first time I've heard that whole track or that much of it. That's sick.
That was
I want to
sick.
go lift now. I want to just skip this and go lift.
We wanted to use Mike's, but his is copywritten, so we couldn't.
Come on, Mike.
Which is
Uncopyright
crazy
that.
because I know the writer, but they block it and they don't even send me a notice. They just block it.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
we didn't want to
That's
risk it when we
ridiculous.
posted it that it would get
Yeah, that makes sense.
screwed up.
Yes.
But yeah, so if you don't recognize the voices, we've got the CEO and the COO, Dustin and Dalton from Insane Labs, on with us today.
Yes, sir.
What's up? What's up?
Dude, we've been hyping
Yo,
this
yo.
episode for like 3 months.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
I'm so excited. Dude, okay. So to get started, I was just gonna taste testing Rated R for the first time.
Oh,
And so I'll be
What flavor?
I think it's the FAFO punch or whatever.
Mhm.
okay.
So we'll try it. It tastes like insanity.
Oh, here come the conspiracies.
Oh, man.
I'm ready for this.
Oh man, no, that's actually I love it. It's good.
It's really good.
I'm excited for it.
Have you tried any other flavors?
Not yet.
So I think what's probably your favorite flavor, Dustin?
I mean, I've been drinking Lulata.
Yeah. So I think Lulata it's different, so it's definitely my favorite too.
Mulata. What is
Lulata.
Lulata.
It's
Yeah.
like this Colombian drink.
It's like honeydew, isn't it? Like kind of a honeydew.
It's more like limeish, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotcha. Huh.
It's really good though.
I've tried that.
Yeah. It's definitely
Send them
different.
a bottle, Dalton. Send them a bottle.
I'll get you a bottle sent out. Sure.
I'm the only one that brought a can, so I'll do our can crack for the.
Okay.
There you go.
Ooh, that was a good one.
What are you drinking? What is it?
Just it's a baby
Hawaiian
monster that I stole
Monster?
from my wife.
Nice.
I didn't have time to grab anything, man. I worked last night. They called me while I was at the gym and said, "Hey, can you come in and work an extra shift because I do a little summer side gig?" And I was like, "Sure." So I got off at 6 this morning, and I was like, "I'm tired." So
Yeah.
I said, and I can't miss this episode, man. I've been talking about this
This is
for a while.
awesome. This is awesome.
I got in trouble with my wife for the amount of things I have, and so
Every time I'm over there, man, she's like, "Yep." She gets real sarcastic about it.
I
Yep.
think we've had a few people get in trouble with their wives from how much.
We always got deals running. We can't just pass that up.
That's what I'm
It's
talking
true,
about.
I know. I was in trouble until I got the blueberry proline, and then she made some. The wife made some pancakes,
Oh, nice.
And she was like, these are really good. And then she's like, what other flavors do they have? And I was like, oh, she's in the asylum now. She can't-
Once you get them addicted, you're good to go.
Hey, so speaking of energy drinks, you saw our post, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So to let the cat out of the bag, we're officially going to be doing an energy drink. We don't have anything to send you yet, but we're going to send y'all the taste test. You're going to
Yeah.
Yes.
For real.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
I am so excited.
We haven't told anybody that.
Dude, that's so
You guys
awesome.
get the first exclusive.
I'm gonna be like this at the gym. Like
Just
Yeah, dude.
absolutely, dude. For real,
I'll be pushing that stuff, man.
I'm gonna be buying case by case of that stuff, man. I love it, dude. I'm
It's gonna be amazing.
genuinely excited. I mean, I've been since the very first. I think it was literally the very first live on TikTok that I found with you guys. I was like, "When are you doing an energy drink?"
Yeah, we've had a lot of people ask over the years.
I'm sure.
Just waiting for the right time to do it.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure it's a whole different process than the chemical, combining product and stuff. So
It's a whole different ballgame, and we don't do carbonated drinks in the facility, so we had to find the right partner. And I'm just super picky about that, man. Like it has to be right,
Yeah.
that's something we talk up about you guys a lot is that like when people want to know stuff and they ask questions, we're like, man, like they're very meticulous, very careful about ingredients, their facility, I imagine probably even the people that work for you and everything. I mean, it's you guys are on top of it. Do your research.
Appreciate it.
Well, that's,
We try.
I mean, a lot of the reason we wanted an energy drink from you is because like so many other pre-workout companies have done the energy drink thing, but they haven't mostly done that great of a job, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, and so considering how good you guys can make a pre-workout taste, I suspect you're going to
gonna
make
say,
a fire energy.
you guys
drink.
understand
I am
flavor.
So excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the hard thing for me and Dalton. Like we flavor everything in house, so it's like when we're working with a flavor house, quote unquote, we've had problems like Proline, for instance. They sent us a flavor house. We let them have a shot at it because they were begging, and it came in and it was terrible.
Dang.
So we had to like redo it all, and that's kind of where we're at with energy drink. It's like send us some prototypes. We'll mess with it a little bit, send it back to you until we get the right formula.
Yeah, dude.
Well, one thing with us too is because we know how to flavor. They're like, for instance, like we said, we had a flavor house do it. Well, they wanted to put like 10 extra ingredients in it, and we took it all out and did it with 3.
Dang.
So minimize and make it easier.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and think about it in terms of a flavor house. They make money selling flavor, right? So it's like they're going to want to put more in it because they make more money long term.
Right.
So
Yeah. Exactly. Well, and then I'm just gonna say the Proline. I know I've already said it on the podcast, so my listeners already know. But the Proline horchata is the best protein I have ever tasted. And if people understood how many different protein types and flavors I have tried over the years, for me to make that claim is significant. But it's so good that if I was at like a Mexican restaurant and I ordered the horchata and that came out, I would be like, this is a good horchata. Like it is so good.
It really is, man. We actually tried that too. We went to a local, like kind of a Tex-Mex place or whatever, but we tried the horchata and it was like, I think ours was better. The protein. I actually do. I'm not being mean.
No.
I really think
It's
it was.
just that
like,
good.
Like what
No,
protein
it's
have you tried that's been bad? Like what protein source? Like pea protein? Like what have you tried that's been terrible? I mean, not mentioning brands, but like
I'm not a big fan of a lot of like just vegetable based proteins. I don't like the flavor of it. But there's a lot of brands. I feel like they present their flavoring as like vanilla a lot of times, and they don't flavor it correctly, and so you get that weird like almost like metallic aftertaste because they didn't cover the aftertaste very well. And I feel like with the horchata, the aftertaste of the horchata is so delicious that it eliminates any aftertaste potential that could be there because you flavored the aftertaste. And so I think that's where a lot of, in my opinion, where a lot of protein places fail is that maybe the initial flavor is good, but the final flavor is the metallic flavor, and that I don't. That's never going to taste good. And so Yeah, I feel like your guys.
That's where Dalton excels. Is like he thinks when we're flavoring something, I'll think initial flavor, whatever, but Dalton always thinks about that back end, and he's a genius at that, honestly.
And
that's what makes or breaks any drink, whether it's protein or energy drink or whatever. Yeah. Like if you get done with that sip and you're like, oh, that's really, oh, never mind, that sucks. You don't want to drink more. Like,
right.
We taste tested.
Yeah, well,
I know where you're going.
Go ahead.
I won't name brands on here. You can go back to the episode if you want to hear it, but we taste tested an energy drink.
Oh, yeah.
That was,
I remember it.
I still have half of a case upstairs. That was months ago.
He tries to pawn it on us. Like, we'll get to his house and he's got it sitting in front of our chairs and stuff.
I don't want to drink it. The aftertaste is so bad. Oh, it's so bad.
And it sucks because I really like those guys too. Like they've actually given us shout out, and they like. Awesome. I think I went on there one time. They had watched our 24-hour stream, and they were like, "Oh, you kind of inspired us," and I thought that was really cool.
They're great. Their quality to customer service reminds me of you guys, and that's why I feel so. And that's why part of the reason I'm also not naming names is because I really like the guys, and I don't want to dog on them.
100%.
I hope they get that fixed.
I do too.
Like maybe they can do some R&D and get it going better.
Well, it might be too because there's a lot of stuff in that. I've never tried it personally, but isn't there like a ton of citrulline and a ton of other things in it? I'm not too sure, but
they have a lot of the nootropics in it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I said it on the show. There's definitely a market for that flavor. We're just not it.
I'm not.
Like,
for sure.
For that, like, tastes like TV static. Like, oh man,
LaCroix drinkers, LaCroix enjoyers.
There's a market for it somewhere, but it's definitely not us, man.
Yeah.
For real though.
I like tasty things.
Well, it's kind of like our mother protein though. Like we have a lot of people that get mad about it. It doesn't taste great, whatever the case is. But it's like, man, with stevia and natural, it does get tough. It really does.
Yeah, well, and you're catering that to a specific market too, and that's one of the things we said on the when we were taste testing that energy drink is that there's brands out there that cater towards people that are thinking the same way and like have a taste profile that way. And if somebody is vegan, your protein is geared toward them, and it gives them an option in a market where like protein it's hard to get good flavored vegan protein. I would imagine just because vegan protein isn't my favorite, but you guys do as much with it as you possibly can in order to make it drinkable, in my opinion. But
yeah. And that's kind of the thing. You're just trying to make it drinkable at that point. It can't be delicious, but can you make it not bad? That's really the main thing.
Yeah.
Vegans are used to just passable.
That's kind of the thing, right? With a vegan, you're just kind of drinking.
You're trading in flavor. If you're
What do you want here? You want vegan or you want tasting good? Well, you're not getting
you can't have both.
Yeah.
Like those videos of people sneaking vegans a real cheeseburger, and like they're like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever had." It's like it's a terrible cheeseburger I've ever had.
Yeah, those have always been amazing. You just got to try one.
It's just like a mid.
And then the explanations are great too, because they're like, well, the beef ate grass, so it was a vegan, so it's vegan beef, right? That makes it vegan.
There was a vegan somewhere down the line. That's fine.
You know what I really like that I appreciate you guys do is that you have levels. Like a lot of other pre-workout companies, a lot of other companies in general have like a level that they try to just accomplish this line. And you guys have levels, and we were talking about that before you guys popped on. I got the Psycho Sam, and that makes me want to like throw people through mirrors and get violent. And I'm not a violent person, and I'm like, oh boy, I gotta go down to a level, And you have levels, and I appreciate that. And for Tanner, who his levels are clear up here. I get by with half a scoop, whatever he's doing, and just be fine. But yeah, I appreciate that you have, so many flavors and so many varieties and so many things. And, once you kind of understand, how you guys built it,
one thing to the levels point is like, not only just the products, it's like the price points. We're really trying to be cautious. I mean, let's be honest, man, like a lot of people in the world are not doing as well. And we're trying to really focus on having, low price, mid tier. And then if you want the crazy stuff, it's there, you know what I mean? But at the same point, it's like, I don't want to have everything be $50-$60 and you're just out of people's price range.
Right. Well, and you got people who aren't going to try it because they're because they don't want to pay $50-$60 for if they've never done a pre-workout and they don't know what they're looking for. I like that I can try things at that lower price and like find my lane. So
I mean, we're at that point with whey protein, guys. Like we've been talking about it for, I think when me and Dalton first started doing the lives, like we were talking about how there's a shortage of whey coming and no one was really talking about that. But now you're looking at whey protein on our end. So here's just the reality of it. When I started doing protein, it was about $1.60 a pound, right, Dalton?
Yeah.
Now it's going up. We just got prices for the first quarter for next year. It's $14.50 per pound. Which to give you an example of like a 5-pound protein, not counting flavor, not counting the bottle, you're looking at about $65 in cost just on our end for a 5-pound of a protein. Man. So what's that look like to the end consumer? That's going to be wild. Like I think it's getting priced out. It's pretty crazy.
That's also another reason why we came up early with Proline, right? Try to get that in there.
Get ahead of the
one,
ahead of the curve.
Something a little cheaper. We're also looking at some new things, some different type stuff too. So
that's awesome. The dumb thing is, I feel like a lot of that whey is just going to because whey is becoming popular, which is good because that means people are starting to realize how good protein is for you. But the problem is that they're just throwing it in their already highly sugarized product and calling it healthy because it has
100.
Has protein. It's like this isn't healthy. You just added more calories to a crappy product that tastes good. And it's like, we're almost there.
We have one of those like health drink places here that they do a protein drink, and it's like $12, and it's supposed to replace your lunch and stuff. And I was like, this is so sugary, and this isn't doing it for me, because I still want to go eat lunch.
Yeah.
But the proline reminds me of, because I wanted to try, when they first came out with the clear protein. Because I got to really watch my sugar being diabetic and stuff. And it reminds me of what I wanted from the clear protein.
Oh, good point.
Because that clear protein it's rough, but it mixes so well. Like the texture is great, but man, the aftertaste on that, like you can taste it days later. Like it's the aftertaste on the sweeteners in those. And when I first tried the blueberry, you guys don't mess around. Like that blueberry is
it's so good.
Punch in the face of blueberry.
So you want to hear a conspiracy that I have?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. So let's do a protein conspiracy. Let's do this. So Milk Specialties is where we get our protein from, right? Okay. So then they were acquired by private equity. Well, recently the food pyramid got changed to where it's high protein, Well, a lot of these companies are all tied to higher up levels, right? So I think there's some kind of thing where it's like, we'll make the food pyramid this, tell people to buy more protein, and then we own the company that makes the protein. Therefore, we're going to double the price of the protein. I think that's very
pulling a big sugar
possible.
on them.
Yeah, for facts.
Yeah.
That sounds perfectly logical.
Hey, logical is a sick word.
Logical. Welcome to hanging out with Tanner.
I love it.
Logical.
So, what's your guys' thoughts on relic hominids?
What?
Yes.
He told me he was going to ask that question. I'm like, every one of us are going to be like, do what?
I'm neutral at this stage of discovery. I don't know. What is that?
I think they're pretty cool considering they're kind of the foundation of our podcast.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly.
What is it?
I just Googled it.
It's a
Bigfoot, Yeti, whatever.
Google it real quick.
Oh my god, he's getting scientific on us.
Relic hominid, the gate of the.
Oh my gosh.
So is that just a kind of a new made category that contained for the Bigfoot, Yeti, all that stuff, all that kind of fits in there as long as it's kind of humanoid primate-ish.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it a new term or is it like?
I was gonna say I hadn't heard that before, but
really,
because we had talked about that, how they're all kind of the same. They're all kind of the same thing. They're just regional, and so whatever they called them in that region, that's what name sticks. And so,
except the orang pendek, that's a small little guy.
Yeah.
You know what that one? The orang pendek.
No, it's like a little
so it's it's like I think it means like Littlefoot or something like that, but it's from Somalia, and there's a bunch of different sightings, and there's like one person that studies it. Like, I don't know, goes all out for this thing. But yeah, I'm really into Bigfoot. If you don't know, don't know if it's real. Like the idea of it.
Yeah, that's where honestly where we're kind of at on it.
Yeah,
I had a weird experience shortly after starting the podcast. So early on, we talk about it. I was out playing disc golf with Phil, and something yelled my name. I know that for a fact. And then when I looked back, there was just a shadow being in the shape of like a Bigfoot. And when it passed out of sight, because I was walking, a tree passed between me and it. And as I passed by it, it was gone. And so I don't know what it was, but it was definitely not an animal. And so that got me more into it. And one time when we went driving in Northern California, I realized how big the wilderness is there. Like,
dude, it's crazy.
It's
right?
like it's like the state of Colorado is just the big it's just like a forested area that doesn't really have anybody. Like, there's nobody living in that area really. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
but
that was before the podcast started. That was kind of one of the precursor things. I remember you coming back from that trip, and you were just like, Bigfoot might be real. And I'm like, what? And so then, you started telling me about, like, there's no roads that go through, like, this area. It's just around. You just go around. You don't go through it. There's no people there. It's just forest. And you're like, some could absolutely live there and not be seen. I was like, interesting. And then it was probably a few months later, you got talking about the red heifer thing. And then you're like, you want to start a podcast? And I was like, yeah. I'm down.
Hey, Dalton, tell the story about your dad.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, so, well, we live in Arkansas, and a lot of woods. Well, my dad, a pretty local place where we go hunting at every year, he was just driving the roads, curvy roads. And first of all, if you know my dad, he's not like Bigfoot, nothing, right? Well, apparently, from what he said, he was driving, saw the tree shaking, and this is like right at darkness, right?
Okay.
Tree shaking, and then a large man ran across the road. He said it was like at least 7 foot tall, right across the road, right in front of my truck. And we're like, okay, like, he's like, here's the thing. He's like, I don't believe in Bigfoot. I don't believe in anything. He's like, it was either a Bigfoot or just a big naked black man running around the woods. He's like, I don't know which one. He's like,
it's Arkansas. It's 50-50.
So he's like, I don't know what it was. He's like, but right across, he's like, the trees are shaking. Like a normal person's not moving the trees like this. And then right across the road on 2 feet, ran across, and that was it. So, and he's not like the type of guy to like make up like a weird story like that. So,
like, he's definitely not that type of guy. Like, he doesn't believe in any of that stuff.
Yeah.
We've come across that kind of as a theme quite a bit in our research, like people that have, shared stories about it. A lot of the people that have come out with that stuff and like the stories kind of match up in terms of like what they witnessed. A lot of it does come from people that, by all accounts of people that know him, are not the type of people to just make stuff up or like say something like that. A lot of them don't even really want to talk about it that much, but they told somebody they trusted. They're like, you should tell people about this.
Sure.
And they're like, okay.
A big gauge for us too is when somebody writes a book about it or somebody tries to profit from it, and they open a souvenir shop and things like that, we start to get skeptical. But if it's just somebody out with their family and I mean, that makes it believable for us.
Yeah, I think a lot of the like legacy Bigfoot people, like, they're definitely out for money. But I mean, there's a lot of these stories I think are somewhat hard to discount. And whether they're seeing something and maybe misinterpreting it, that's very possible. Because I mean, you do get scared. You kind of, like I say, if you see a grizzly walking around or a black bear walking around up on, hind 2 feet, you could definitely, from a distance, I think,
For sure. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which we actually, I live pretty close to Jasper, Arkansas. And every year they have a Bigfoot, what would you call it? Like, not a convention, but like a Bigfoot
festival,
a jamboree kind of festival. Yeah, in the town, and they do Bigfoot calls and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Do you have a Bigfoot call?
No, I don't.
On the episode,
Jason does.
I'm still working on it though. So
on the episode that releases, well, for you guys it'll be tomorrow, but for our listeners, it was last week. We did Bigfoot calls, and
sick.
They were good. They were good. We're lucky we didn't have any big feet coming crashing. They were good.
It was pretty sure they were more like cows, but it is what it is.
Kind of the same. Who knows? Funny thing, Dustin, how long ago did you have that podcast? And that was
we did a podcast probably 10 years ago, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
He used to do a podcast, and one of the people that we had on it was Jeff Meldrum, like the world-renowned Bigfoot hunter, which was awesome. He came on it, and he actually sent Bigfoot footprints that he actually found himself in the woods. He made the molds and sent them to us. So I still have some.
Wow.
Oh, that's
actually one was from the Patterson Gimlin. Remember?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which may be bunk now. Who knows? But
Austin, you were on the podcast game early, huh?
Oh, way early. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, it was probably 10 years ago or so. We did that. We had a few different podcasts. We had like an Insane Labz podcast, and they're always just kind of wild. I mean, we weren't really just talking about the products.
Yeah.
It was like on the one podcast, it was called Man Sanity. We did we had Jeff Meldrum, the Bigfoot guy. We had Stanton Friedman, the alien dude. And they both died since, but so maybe we're just a bad luck. I don't know.
Gosh. Okay, now you tell us.
No disclaimer ahead of time.
Yeah.
Let you know after.
They were older though, so there you go.
Yeah. The one thing you'll know, about me and Dustin is we never do stuff too serious.
Yeah.
No.
We always go into what we're doing to more or less have fun, have a good time.
Yeah.
That's why we were gonna do our own podcast, and we did one episode, and we were like, yeah, this isn't for us. It needs to be more like us, so that's why we started doing our food ones now. So now we do the food reviews.
Those are great.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, those are more us for sure.
Dude, let me tell you about the food stuff though. I thought it would be fun to go eat food and do this and that. Bro, I get so stuffed in the first one.
Yeah.
The next two is man, I can't eat this anymore.
Right.
That's crazy.
Well, we're not professionals yet, right? We're professional eaters, not professional food reviewers. So our problem is we sit down to our first plate. Yeah, we sit down to our first plate and eat all of it instead of taking a few bites.
Yeah.
So then by our second plate, we eat almost all of that one to where it's okay, we need to go about this differently.
Dude.
Yeah, man.
You got to be like wine tasters. It really gross people out, but they drink the wine, they spit it in the thing. Take
a bite and spit it out.
If we did that at McDonald's, we're already getting weird looks anyway.
Yeah.
I know. We noticed it when we were watching. We noticed the people in the background. Some of them wanted to be in. Some of them were like.
Let's be real. At some of these fast food places, you're just par for the course. But people are just weird.
For sure.
The one that's always weird is Wendy's for some reason. We walk in, they just look at us like they want to murder us. I'm like, that's
the workers
bro.
Yeah, they look at us and they're like, "Oh, these guys." And we're like, "Man."
Wendy's is kind of gangster, man. I don't know. I worked at Wendy's in college. We
got to watch our back in Wendy's, man.
Every time.
We have a ministry that meets on Tuesday nights, and then after we get done with service, we go and hang out with the college students, and we always go to McDonald's. And McDonald's started locking the door on us. They're open till midnight. Literally, we had to find somewhere else to go because it'd be 8:30 at night, and they would lock the door so that we couldn't get in. It was so stupid.
Oh
they hated it. And we were respectful. We cleaned the place and stuff like that. So it wasn't like we were being obnoxious.
That's something Wendy's would do here. Yeah.
McDonald's is more on that Anton LaVey type stuff, though. They probably see ministry. They're like, that's not the right ministry for me.
Yeah, exactly.
The Wendy's I worked at was in it was in Fort Collins, Colorado, and it was on Fraternity Row. So all the fraternities and sororities were right there. And so we used to get the dumbest stuff coming in. They'd order I need a large fry with extra salt and no fries. And they'd giggle and we'd just be like,
oh, yeah.
Streakers and, there's dumb stuff.
Streakers and Wendy's is wild.
Just straight. Yeah. Yeah. If the basketball team scored 80 points, we anybody who was at the game got free large fries. So we would be listening to the game, and they'd be at 79 points, and we're like, "Don't do it, don't do it." And they'd score, and we'd be like, "Oh!" And it would just be 2 hours worth of just serving up free fries.
That's brutal. So Dalton, no, sorry. No, this was for Dustin. Sorry. I was told that you used to be into ghost hunting, but you had an experience. Is that right?
Oh man. So yeah, this is probably in that 10-year area, 10 years ago, probably. Me and Jason. It was me, Jason, and then two other buddies. We went out. We bought like the whole what's that thing called? The little EMF reader,
Yeah.
and the like little microphone thing or whatever. And we went out, and nothing really happened too much there. But I kind of like found myself getting obsessed with these ghost shows and things like that. And one day I was at my house going to the bathroom, and I heard this knock on my door, like a faint knock. I'm like, what the heck? So I go outside the door. Then I hear like a little sound, like some kind of voice. I wasn't sure what it was, but I picked up the little voice recorder that I had from when me and Jay went on that ghost hunting trip, turned it on, and got some crazy voices. In between that, I was getting freaked out. I called Jason to come over. I went outside my house, couldn't go back in the house. I was just so freaked out. And Jason's like, what's going on? Well, they come to find out. So when I bought this house originally, sorry, I'm a terrible storyteller.
No, you're good.
As you can't remember on these.
Hey, you're on the show.
I was terrible. But anyway, when I went so my grandma had passed away, and she had a mentally handicapped daughter who was, in her 50s at the time, and I wanted to be able to take care of her. So I needed to live close. So I went next door and I said, hey, would you happen to want to sell this house? And immediately she's like, yeah, if you give me $75,000, we'll do it. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. So I was like, all right, yeah, let's buy it. So that's the house that I bought. Come to find out, the previous two owners had ghost stories about this exact house. Like one of the people in there, they had like those little baby recorder things.
Yeah.
Like if your baby cries at night, she was having voices come through. Baby monitor. She had voices coming through that.
Oh, heck no!
It was wild, bro. Even to this day, I rent the house. The guy that lives in there now still has stories about it. It's pretty crazy, man.
He works here actually too.
Oh, nice.
Well, also, so Dustin's my brother-in-law. I'm married to my sister. So my sister, when she graduated high school, moved in with my grandmother, who had a big 3-story house. Mm-hmm. And she had a ghost story in that house where she was in the upstairs shower. No one was home. And she had a little girl was talking outside the bathroom door and laughing at her. And she got out of the shower, ran outside, got a towel on, whatever, right? Called Dustin, and then I don't think she ever went back inside the house. I think she moved back in with us. But yeah, so them two are kind of, ghost attractors.
What is ghosts and showers, man?
I know.
Tanner gets attacked in showers all the time.
They're always pervs.
And actually, now that I think about it, I was in that same house. I was in the bathtub. I was like, I want to take a bath, which I rarely do. And I heard this like little crazy voice popped out. I freaked out, jumped out of the bathtub, ran outside, butt naked outside with a towel on. And what's up with these dudes in showers? There is
the theory of water, water being a gateway and stuff. I've seen that
true.
before. Yeah. Water and sound, combined together creates these vortexes and stuff. So it could be the water. I don't know.
Bathroom's the supernatural Thunderdome.
Because I know a lot of
be prepared.
Yeah, a lot of the legitimate ghost hunters, they won't ghost hunt during storms when it's raining, and they won't. Then they have the people turn off all the water to the building before they do the ghost hunt, because water creates weird anomalies in like the electromagnetic field and stuff, and it can sound like voices even though it's just water dripping. And the matrixing in the microphones picks it up as a voice. So they make sure there's no water happening. So I don't know, it's weird. Maybe there is a connection there.
Maybe. I think from the experience I've had, I think what it all boils down to is like, if you want it to happen, it will. If you don't want it to happen, it won't, type of a thing. Like if you start getting obsessed with it, you're inviting it in. It kind of goes back to the Bible, right? Like, that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, if you get obsessed with something, then it's probably going to happen, Yeah. I think it goes to sleep paralysis and all that stuff. I have a really bad issues with sleep paralysis, like for a long time. And, I think God has helped me through that, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got the sleep paralysis crazy. We just talked about that not too long ago. I had some crazy sleep paralysis when I was in college, and like to the point where I could even like see the being like hovering over me. And I was pretty obsessed with, kind of like you, Dustin, I got real obsessed with ghost hunting and stuff. And at one point I actually had a casting call for one of the ghost hunter. They were doing like expanding their team, and they were having casting calls, and I got was approved for the casting call for that. And then shortly after that, I gave my life to Christ, and ultimately, like, I just decided, I was like, you know, I'm kind of what you're talking about. I was like, I'm obsessed with this, and this probably isn't good for me. I should maybe cancel, you know, turn it down or whatever. And so I never ended up going and doing it. But there for a while, I was like really obsessed with it. And I had so many experiences, like playing with Ouija boards and all kinds of stuff. And I think that a lot of that was opened myself up for those attacks that I had. And we've talked about them plenty of times on the podcast. Nobody wants to hear me talk about them again, but
no, but that's what it is though. You get obsessed with it because it's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
because I think most people think that, like, oh, if I play with a Ouija board, there's not going to be any responses or anything. But then you play with a Ouija board and all of a sudden it's responding. You're like, oh, I can actually communicate with this. What is it? And it's like,
yes.
Here's another level. We used to play with the Ouija boards, and there was a girl that one of my friends was dating that said, well, you're fine, because what you do is it won't point at the number 3. And as long as you wipe the board down and ask him to leave afterwards, you're fine. And we're like, oh, okay. We're just trusting some random girl that showed up at the party.
Trust
and
me,
like,
bro.
yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, okay. All right. She seems
like germs. She still like germs.
The germaphobe.
the
Yeah.
germs.
That's all it was.
Yeah. I mean, the Def Leppard shirt definitely lets us know that she's legit.
Yeah, exactly.
You want some sugar pour on her, man. That's all it is.
It goes back to the idea of just like saying anything with confidence, or
Yeah.
walking in any place with a ladder, right? If you walk in any place with a ladder and like look like you are supposed to be there, they'll just let you go. Like,
Yeah.
People listen to confidence. If you speak things with authority, people listen to you.
I walk around the school and I always carry something with me, because then they think I'm doing something. Or like sometimes I'll just grab a stack of papers and they're like, what is that? And I said, paper. And they're like, what's it for? And I said, well, you can write on it or whatever. I said, I just found out that if I walk around, people accuse me of not doing anything. But if I walk around carrying something,
I just keep my phone in my hand so people think I'm on it. And
that.
the way it works, yeah.
give you an escape.
So what do you think ghosts actually are? Like my thing is, I believe it's just demons. Like I don't think it's dead people at all. Like but even though I've had experiences like when my wife's mom died, I have some experiences with that, but I think it's just trickery. I really do at this point.
I agree. My personal stance is, and now I don't know whether the demons, because biblically, it doesn't actually say that demons are necessarily fallen angels or if they're, you know, what they are, but that's kind of my stance as well, is that I think ghosts are just demons. And, you know, a lot of people experience like, okay, so if your experience is like a loved one that is deceased or a kid, those seem to be the two most prevalent ghost interactions. And what is going to pull somebody in order to try to help them the most? A deceased loved one or a kid. And so they do it in order to get you sucked into their story, their world, and invite them in.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then it's easy if you hear something that's not supposed to exist in the world, you do get curious.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And if you're not, if you're not biblically accurate, like you're gonna fall for that.
Yeah. Well, and even from like scientific standpoint and all the explanations and everything else, I'm like, well, who understands science better than demons who have been on the, been around for 1,000 years?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, of course they understand the science of it. That doesn't mean it's not science. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing that like we've talked about on the show a little bit too, is that like if demons are fallen angels, they technically have like perfect memory. Like they're going to remember everything from now all the way back to their creation, basically. And they're not limited by memory issues like we have. They just remember things. And so they're going to know humans at a level that we don't understand humans. And so their ability to trick us and get us sucked in and manipulate us are at a whole nother level. And so like, and they're just good at it,
But Well, and the idea of
bring up. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the idea of them being, in time and things too, that they don't exist within that realm of time. Like you at 5 years old to them is the same exact time as you at 60.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
That's another theory too. That they don't see you from your progression. They see those two things at the same time.
Yeah, I like that. Like the stuff that you will forget. Like most people are not going to remember under 5 years old for the most part. They remember all that. That is wild. Yeah.
Yep.
So how long did you do the ghost hunting thing?
Oh, for a while.
Really?
Yeah, I got interested in it at a really young age because we moved out to a farm, a ranch that I believe was kind of a hot spot, kind of like you're talking about your house was. And we would hear a little girl laughing out in the tree row. All kinds of stuff happened. Well, we're not shy of saying that our parents at times not at times. There were a lot of times which our parents weren't very good parents. And so I spent a lot of time alone at that farmhouse. And so I had a lot of experiences out there. And so I got interested in it. And then my mom used to watch like the Ghost Hunters and all those shows with me starting at, and I mean, even when I was like 5, what was that movie, Mike? The Omega Man or something. What was that?
Oh yeah, Omega Man. Yeah,
just creepy. Yeah. I was involved in creepy stuff. Like at 5.
Yeah. And so the movie I Am Legend is a remake of the movie that he used to watch.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so I was involved, like all that stuff from a very young age because of my mom, and she was interested in that stuff. And so therefore, like I got super, super involved in it real quick. I had an EMF detector and a voice recorder at like 12 or 13. And but I didn't play with Ouija boards until I was probably 17, I think. And then I got saved at 22.
That's weird that you never got involved with our Ouija board stuff, because we used to go crazy with the Ouija board. In the basement.
You guys wouldn't let me.
I know.
Because
we didn't want to see you get tossed out a window or anything. We said some crazy stuff on the Ouija board, man. There was some crazy
What's funny is that
crazy stuff.
You guys played with the Ouija board, but you wanted to protect me, but you still didn't see that it was bad if a kid couldn't play with it.
Because it's kind of like when it was like being able to live in like a scary movie, and we felt like we were safe because we used to see crazy stuff. We were in there one time and the little stylus was just going nuts, and like we all let go and it kept going, and then it like shot across the room and hit the wall. Jeez. And then there was another time we were doing it and we're like, can you make things happen so we know you're real? And it spelled out water, and then the water in the bathroom down the hallway turned on, like just crazy stuff we used to see with the Ouija board.
I would have quit that right away.
We were like live dangerously kind of kids though, you know what I mean? Like Tanner said, like we didn't have it. Our parents weren't. I mean, I was Tanner's parent for the most part, and I was only 10 years older than he was, So
do you think that's a big part of like the whole ghost thing? Is like, so me and like I come from a real traumatic household growing up, very poor. I'm from the hood. Like I was adopted into a family, like that kind of stuff. So it's like maybe the whole traumatic stuff kind of lends into the whole seeing ghosts and stuff.
Because we've talked about that with like the CIA. We get into the CIA and all that stuff. We talk about that too. We're like, it seems like the people that are going through the weird testing things and the people with these weird memories all seem to have some kind of traumatic childhood.
Yes. Kind of going on. Or it could be something like a weaponized schizophrenia type of thing that the government uses on us. I don't know, man. We're on a conspiracy podcast. I'm just thinking out loud.
Were either of you guys in the GATE program?
I was never in the GATE program. No, I heard you talk about it a little bit.
That's Mike alluded to it a little bit, but we grew up and if you hadn't caught on yet, we grew up in a real traumatic household, and I think there is something to that, Dustin. That the demonic. The question I guess would be is, does the trauma invite the demonic in? Or had the demonic already been influence in order to create or elevate the trauma already? And so that's something I always kind of wonder is like, was the demonic already involved in my family, or was it attracted because of the trauma?
Chicken or
Yeah,
the egg?
which one came first?
Yeah, right.
Ooh, wrap your mind around this one. If time doesn't exist for them, could they have gone? They see you're successful. They see you now, and they try to go back to your childhood to create a different path, and it either works or it doesn't. And you wouldn't know.
Dude.
You wouldn't know. But
and speaking of success, man, it's
interesting.
like whatever you want to consider success as. If you want to consider it money or whatever, like that's the biggest trap there is. Like, I mean,
definitely.
like it's so easy to fall into carnal kind of temptation that way for sure.
And that's what I've found out too, is
that.
the money takes care of itself if you're, the success isn't in. I agree with you 100%. Like, look how successful you guys have become. And like, you guys were never chasing the dollar sign. I mean, you guys were just having fun chasing what you love doing.
And here's a little thing. Like I had the governor come here of Arkansas. What was that, Dalton? Like 7 years ago, probably?
2000, right before 2018, I think, right?
Yeah, I think it was 18. But I mean, I lost over $100,000 over that whole ordeal because like I just refused to. It's just you got to go once you let them have a piece of something, or I mean, let them in, dude. It's kind of like a demon in a way, man. Your business is never the same, and you're just doing everything to please a authority or whatever at that point. It's kind of scary.
Man, that's crazy.
Well, that's even like, because we talk about Javi a lot too. He's become a pretty good friend of ours. Through the stuff, and like talking to him about music stuff and how he's just like, I like the individual, I like the the independent artist thing, because I feel like I'm selling my soul, and because he's talented. That dude, he could, he could through the roof with Sony or anybody. He'd do great.
Oh, and he's had Sony. He's had many of these reach out, like for sure. Like I'm on the emails.
He's not about it. He's in it for the love of the music, and just like that self-respect of knowing who he is and not compromising that.
Self-respect,
I respect that a lot.
Me too.
100%. No, he's a great guy, man. He really is. He's one of those guys in the industry that's just. I mean, he's in the industry technically, but he's on the outside for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of both.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And just a good person. Like I said, with my music stuff, it's always been kind of just a silly little side pipe dream kind of thing too. And he just, he pushed me to do stuff. And I'm like, that's cool. Like you have no reason to do that. And, I'm an old guy. I'm established. I have my career. I'm getting close to retirement. Like why, but he's just like, nope, we're doing this. So
but music doesn't matter. That music doesn't care about age. It really doesn't. It's just like the outside influence, really. And the thing about it is, like, Javi's always tried to help people get into the space. Like he always, he's always, and he's helped a lot of people in their career as well. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though he looks 16, he's 30. He's got that Nika skin, man. He can't ever. He can't eat Nicaraguan, by the way.
Okay, so we have to ask you how is Javi connected to Insane Labz other than he does lives?
So I met him. Let's see. Okay, so I had hired a rapper a long time ago by the name of Ozzy. He went by. Well, then I found out, and drugs kind of took a hold of this guy. He just couldn't stay on the right path. Well, I found out so Ozzy had a guy named Javi do a feature one time with him, and I found out Javi was his engineer. And I was like, dang, who's this Ozzy, or who's this Javi guy? He's incredible, And once I'd had to drop Ozzy because of the drug problems and stuff, I reached out to Javi and said, hey, Insane Labz Music is looking for a new artist, and love to talk to you. And that's kind of how it happened. Cool. Flew out to Florida to talk to him. And ever since then, it's been great.
That's awesome.
Good deal.
Dude, you guys are involved in so much stuff. Like I just found out you've done movies. I was like, because we were looking stuff up for when you guys are going to be on the podcast, just doing our due diligence to be good hosts, so that, like, I don't know. I hate when hosts are just like, okay, talk. And you're like, okay, what do you want me to talk about? And so we were looking stuff up, and we found the.
Oh yeah, we deep dug on you guys.
The
movie. I was like,
not much on me, mostly Dustin.
Yeah,
dude, literally nothing on Dalton. He doesn't exist. I'm pretty sure he works for this guy.
Man.
He's a
Dalton's the asset. Sure. He married into the family, and to keep tabs on Dustin. No.
I can't even find a picture of Dalton anywhere on the.
No way,
like it's too funny.
Serious.
Even Jay and Shu, I could find stuff on them like crazy, but Dalton, I couldn't find a whole lot on Dalton.
He just doesn't exist, man.
Dude, I'm background.
He scrubbed the entire web.
I did.
Dude, so like, how you at one point you had mentioned that you've started just an insane amount of businesses. What is that like? Like, what do you start them, sell them, or do you start them like kind of realize this isn't what I'm into and then move on? Like, what's the process?
It's usually that. It's usually I get bored fast. So I think I've done about 144 total, but yeah, I have sold some. Some just honestly, dude, most of them just don't work.
Okay.
That's just a fact. I mean, the thing with business is it's like you got to go into it kind of knowing in the back of your mind it may not work, but you're not going to quit. That's really the main thing for me.
That's so awesome.
You can't be scared to try.
You can't be scared to try. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like financially, we talk about finances and stuff too. Like financially, I have a lot of ideas, a lot of things I want to do. But man, I tell you what, and when you're married, and my wife is she controls. She knows. She can tell you exactly how much money we have right now. I have no idea. She's like, hey, don't buy anything till Thursday. I'm like, oh, okay. She runs the money and stuff. But like, so when I went to go get my master's degree, they talked me into signing up for stuff, and I was like, all right, I can do this master's. This is doable. And then I told her, and then she didn't talk to me for like 6 months. So, but I went ahead and did it. And then I got, I ended up getting 2 master's degrees, and now we make, I make 3 times as much money as I would have otherwise.
Right.
And again, I wanted to do it because I wanted to be a counselor. I didn't want to be a teacher anymore. I wanted to be a counselor. And so, I don't see it the same way she sees like this line, and I just see these passions, and I like recording music. I only do it when she's not here because she stands across the room and just like stares at me.
I
gives me dirty looks because I went and bought a new mic and stuff, and like
When I bought the building we're in now, that was in 2016, and there was like no plans at all for it at the time.
Yeah.
Like that was like my wife got mad at me for it. I mean, it is what it is, but I had to. You always have to kind of be like looking out for the future, because if not, like if I wouldn't have bought this building, we'd be in some serious problems right now.
Yeah, right.
Like we would have outgrown everything. You know?
Yeah, that's
we outgrew our first facility within 6 months.
crazy. Yeah.
So we started in the back of a vitamin store, what was it, Dalton? 300 square foot, probably.
If that, yeah,
maybe 300 square foot. Then we moved to about a 2,000 square foot building where me and Dalton and Jason, we were literally hand loading pallets. Like. We didn't know what a pallet lift was.
Yeah.
I mean, then we moved to another barn that was about 5,000 square foot. And that's what eventually turned into a manufacturing facility, because we couldn't rely on our other manufacturing facilities. And then that 5,000 square foot building turned into a 35,000 square foot building. Then we bought the lot next to it, which was a car lot, just so the employees could park there. So we had nowhere for the employees to park. And then now we're in this building. But it's been a lot of changes over the years, like in really the last 8-9 years.
Yeah.
And it's happened fast. I mean, we were talking about like, a business from the bottom to the top. Like you guys have grown a lot in a short time.
Very fast.
And I know even now, like you guys are having a hard time keeping up when I'm in the lives, and they're like, when's Krampus coming out? You're like, whoa, time out. We've got some other things going on. Yeah, you guys have a hard time keeping up with what you have even right now. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are killing it.
It gets tough.
Yeah.
But it's a blessing though, for sure. I mean, like when we were making we were at one point, man, we were making, and this is in a smaller building, we were making probably 300 plus brands, like, and I won't say the names, but like big brands, like brands you guys know for sure.
Yeah.
We were making, I could tell you off camera for sure. But like at the end of the day, like, I mean, it got to the point where we just could not keep up.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a giant flood in here that happened. Do you guys know about that? So here's a crazy story, man. So this was in 2000. It was 18, wasn't it?
It was just before the governor came.
Okay, so around 2018, we had a crazy rain that came through, like Noah's Ark type rain or something. And one of my guys called me. He's like, "Hey, Dustin, the electrician's up here, and the building's full with 4 foot of water." We were building out this facility. The entire facility was almost built out. We had about $600,000 in dry goods in the back, in every bit, and then about $1.5 million of other people's stuff that like other brands had sent to us. It literally flooded the big. in the back of the facility, a big door busted down. Water just came through from a big canal, flooded the entire building, ruined everything. We had to redo our entire build out. Like, and this was back, like, we weren't doing as good, man. It was crazy.
That's
crazy.
There's actually a video of me talking about it on YouTube, like the day after. It's like pretty emotional.
That's crazy. Yeah. I'll have to check that out.
It was wild.
Man, that's brutal too. But the fact that you were able to persevere even through that stuff, you know, for me, it speaks volumes to the kind of person you are. You know, I have so much respect for your story, Mike's story. You know, I look up to people who in the facing adversity continue to push through and continue to have faith both in God, but in themselves and their abilities. I think all of that is so important. And, you know, each little detail of that goes into making the brand what it is today. Man, that's crazy though. I couldn't even imagine.
I agree. And I think the main thing, like Mike could probably speak to this too. It's like, yeah, it's all about team, man. If you don't have the right team around you, you're screwed. Like, you have to have the right people around you, and I have really good people around me, and that helps a lot. And a lot of those people are family, you know, family. I don't have a big family myself, but I consider, you know, Dalton's my brother-in-law. He's family. Jay's a great friend of mine. He's family. Shu, I've become to love. You know, it's like I have my son around here. Like, it's great that's awesome, you know.
Yeah. Something that I teach the kids because I teach in the middle school, something I teach the kids too, is if you have two people who are equally successful and one of them, everything was handed to them and every time something went wrong, somebody stepped in and fixed it for them. And you have somebody who every time something went wrong, they stuck their nose to the wheel and they said, let's do this. And they just kept grinding. That person's going to get through adversity way quicker and get back on their feet faster than somebody who has to wait for somebody to fix it for them. You know, and I think talking about, you know, traumatic childhood and things like that, you have, you know, you have a crossroads where you get to choose where, you know, am I going to persevere through this and become a better person, or am I going to let this beat me? You know, and I think, you know, people in this room included, we decided to push through and be better people because of it. So
I would say if you want to do well at something, I think having a tougher childhood makes it easier personally.
Yeah.
I think if you were given everything, it makes it drastically different.
100%.
So speaking of teams, I'm both told to ask you, but also in a funny way. Have you ever been invited to Bilderberg?
No.
What is your thoughts on Bilderberg?
Oh, I love researching Bilderberg. It's great.
Yeah.
What are my thoughts on it?
Officially.
Let me try to keep it PG. It's a bunch of freaking weirdos, dude, that just go there and do weird sexual stuff and talk about the world, and they plan things. That's what I think.
Dude,
something like that.
I think it's on top of that. I think it's okay. I'm going to sound so crazy saying this.
There's some worship going on too. Some weird.
I think that they're convening with demonic entities that are basically their gods while they're there, and those demonic entities are giving them the next commands of what they're supposed to do. I know it makes me sound a little crazy, but like I really do think that there's more than just the deviancy going on at these meetings.
In this group of people, that's actually pretty normal to hear.
Yeah.
We're pretty used to that.
Oh, I mean, you got, like, if you look back, like all these people, like a lot of these, you know, Hollywood people and, you know, politicians, they all worship like Crowley and just weird stuff like that. It's all tied in for sure. There's no doubt. I don't even think that's a conspiracy anymore. It's like, it's so out there, so in your face.
And nobody, and the crazy thing is that nobody's doing anything. You know, it's like, I don't know. I have a lot of opinions, and like you're saying, like, you're not going to mention competitors and stuff like that, and so I won't throw anybody out there. But you know, even on my like TikTok lives, I've been pretty vocal of like what I think of certain companies because of who their owners worship. And one of the things about you guys is, you know, I think a lot of people assume you guys are in that same vein because you went with the Halloween horror theme. And I see it all the time in your guys' TikTok lives. of people like, oh, you guys need Jesus and stuff. And I think, it's like having conversations with you guys, I can tell that you guys are real, and I can tell that your faith isn't in the demonic and the evil, and but it is interesting how people can just run with that. Meanwhile, you've got these other companies that have quote unquote cleaner looks, whose owners like literally are worshiping different gods, and like people are like, oh, I'm going to support these guys because they appear clean, and it's like, it's so
you wouldn't believe the amount of business. So prior to Insane, I worked for the manufacturing, and so I would try to bring people in, and you wouldn't believe the amount of people who wouldn't even talk to us, or if they did talk to us, they'd be like, yep, we don't, you guys, are devil worshipers, and then we just hang up on you. And they're like, you don't even know us, first of all. You have no idea.
Yeah.
It is insane.
Crazy.
It's kind of ironically, I'm a pastor, and you guys are my favorite workout supplement brand. And on the podcast, it's like, I don't know if you've noticed, like, we're careful of, like, I say the dust, but then like people who are actually interested will message me, and I'm like, yeah, it's called Demon Dust. Don't worry about the name. These guys are actually legit. And they're like, okay, cool. So then they go and buy a bunch, and it's like, again, you guys found your vein, found your avenue, and you're running with it. But you were very adamant that, like, you're not worshiping those things. And but yeah, and it's just a very fun, like, it's like Halloween. It's like Halloween. You get that the gym. Nobody wants to lift to what was that one energy drink that we tried that had we tried the one, but there was one on TikTok. There's one on TikTok that's just so cringy, and they're a Christian-based energy drink.
Yahweh. I don't care. I'll call them out.
So
Yahweh,
bad.
That's
it's so bad and ingenuine, and I'm like, no, see, like, no.
I'm pretty sure
every time I came across, I just wanted to go.
But like, think about this, guys. Like, people will comment. It's so funny. They're like, why didn't you call it Jesus dust? I'm like, that sounds so blasphemous.
So bad.
Like, what, dude? Yeah. Like, Jesus dust?
Well, you couldn't go with angel dust because that has a different connotation.
Exactly. It's the reverse of angel dust. I mean, come on. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I love horror movies. Is that good as a Christian? No, it's not. That's one of the issues I need to work on, probably, is not watching as much horror movies, but I do love them. I can't lie to you about that. But that's just where the brand comes from. I mean, it's horror movies.
I don't think it's a big deal. I really don't. And I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on, like, how you allow that to influence the way that you think, and what attitude you take into that kind of viewing. Now, obviously, if it's like the only thing you watch, yeah, maybe you should add some variety. But but I mean, you're pretty clearly in tune with your own mind and heart about the way that you perceive that stuff and the way that you take it in and how you allow it to influence you. So, like, what difference does it make? And as far as, like, I don't know, I enjoy, like, the gore, the blood, the kind of darker themes. I think that just Western society in general has kind of gotten to a point where it's like, oh, we don't want to touch, like, the anything that's, like, dark or heavy, that kind of stuff. And it's like, I disagree. I think it's important to understand, like, what you're up against, because there is evil in the world. And so, like, I don't know, it's violent. It's violent.
It's
violent, man. Yeah.
It's an adrenaline thing. That's
right. And so I don't have a problem with it at all. I enjoy one of my favorite things I have the, like, kind of deathcore shirt from you guys, the sweater one. I freaking love that thing, and I know most of my friends and family would see that and be like, what the heck? I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, I don't know, man. I listen to deathcore. I like heavy stuff. I think it's cool. I think it's important. Warriors gonna see blood, man. They're gonna see blood and bone, and it's I like it. I like it.
I think there's definitely
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think there's definitely a each person is different, and I do think that there are some people who their convictions prevent them from doing anything even associated or named or anything that even, like, hints at that. And I think as a Christian, it is very important for you to follow your convictions when it comes to stuff like that, because there's a reason you have those convictions. If you are influential, that's a word.
Love the word. Love the word.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
If watching those things is going to bring you to that dark place, you need to avoid that stuff. And there's a reason you have the conviction to avoid it. And one of the best. Have you guys ever seen Nefarious?
I actually haven't, no.
So it's a what you would call a horror movie that's written for Christians, a Christian horror movie, whatever. It's a great movie, but
it's a good movie.
But one of the things, like as a pastor,
I'm very anti cheesy Christian movie, and it's good. It's good.
Yeah, okay. I'm very anti cheesy Christian. Again, I'm one of those people that's like, if you're gonna call something Christian, make sure it's good first. The horror genre and like anything that like has the demonic in it, having grown up in that world, and as well as being a pastor, I've experienced. So we don't talk about it a lot. I don't like to talk about it, so I try not to bring it up. But like I've experienced being possessed before, and as a pastor, I also have experienced casting demons out more regularly than people probably would think. And those movies, one of the things that is true about those movies, that even though they are scary, and again, to each their own, if you need to stay away from them, that's your conviction. But watching those movies, the one thing that is true is that through most of them, some of them very much not so, but most of them, they're showing the scary, but at the end they still show that Jesus and God are the winners, even if it's not a Christian movie at times. And because there is no denying the reality that Jesus has the final authority. He has the power. And when we give into that fear to the level where it's like, when you give into that fear to that level, I feel like you're giving it more power than it deserves by treating it as though like it's this horrible thing that if you watch it and you have it on in your house, that everybody's going to become possessed and it's going to be this big show. And it's like the enemy doesn't have that kind of power. And so, but some of them,
I wonder too, if there's some guilt. I wonder if there's some guilt there too. Like, I'm not living my life the way I'm supposed to be, so I need to overdo it with all these things I need to safeguard.
Maybe, but I do think it's like what Tanner said. Like, when some people say like, when they go in there and they'll be like, you guys are devil work, or you need Jesus. I do understand where they're coming from. I'm not like if I just saw a random brand that looked kind of, it could be that, you never know. Right. But at the end of the day, I mean, like I feel like me watching them as a Christian, it does seem weird to the outside, but it doesn't change me, I guess, is what, kind of like what Phil was saying.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll just say this, if I was the enemy and I hated Christians, you know what number one thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna create a product that is not healthy for you, and I'm gonna advertise it and gear it towards Christians. I'm a theme it Christian. I'm gonna lie and call myself a Christian. And so,
Bingo.
Like that one energy drink that we saw on TikTok is like, the owners clearly weren't Christian. Just by the verbiage is like, you could tell. It's like,
it was so bad. It was so cheesy.
It looked like they watched. It looked like they watched like a mega church TV show. Like watched a mega church on TV for a couple hours, and then they're like, "We're just gonna take everything that they said and we're gonna put it in an energy drink."
Well, even they were like making puns. They were making puns out of like
bad.
Christian terms that I was like, that doesn't even make sense. What are they even saying?
So the one you are talking about, this Yahweh energy with the 3 crosses on it?
I think so.
Yeah,
I believe
I'm looking
so.
at it right now.
Forgiven was the one we made fun of.
However, there is one that was Christian that we tried on the show, which was actually legit. It tasted good. It was themed in a way that's not like, hey,
it was subtle.
Yeah,
it wasn't
it's
like
called, and I don't know if we want to name names, but it was called Agape. And it's like, unless you understand, like most people aren't probably going to know what that is. And so it wasn't like overtly like Christian energy drink for the Christian. Is like, it's a little more subtle. It's like, those guys might be Christian, but they might not be.
Right.
I don't know. That's the problem. I have no clue whether or not.
I will say it always does seem weird to like make money off that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I agree.
Like,
It
like,
does.
you know what I mean? Like to make a Christian thing and then make money off of it. I don't know.
That's what you should say
Yeah.
from now on. When people are like, "Oh, you're demonic," you should be like, "Oh no, I'm exploiting him for my gain." Be like, "Oh, demon dust, that's evil." No, I'm exploiting demons for my
Yeah,
gain.
you should want to exploit.
Yeah, I'm
Marketing
exploiting the
genius, I love
snot
it.
out of them.
Yeah, dude. That's actually
I'm
good.
not
I
honoring
like
them.
that.
I'm exploiting them.
I'm exploiting them.
Oh my gosh.
But no, like, is that like a thing now? Like the whole Christian energy drink thing, or what?
I don't
I've seen like 3 or 4 different companies trying to do it.
I haven't seen it in a few weeks. I don't know if I just managed to weed it out.
Wouldn't
of
it
my
be
algorithm
weird?
or what? But
I don't know. Wouldn't it be weird if you guys influenced that? Like somebody was like, I know these guys got this whole horror thing covered. Let's do something different. Let's go the complete opposite direction and see if we can
Look,
make money.
dude, I won't doubt that because whether like you can say what you want about us, but we definitely influence the entire like
Oh yeah,
look of
definitely.
everything here, and then like even like in terms of like mainstream, like Liquid Death, that would never
Yeah,
exist without us.
no,
Like,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yep.
Yep.
I agree.
That's true.
I agree. And I see some even with their imagery and their graphics and stuff trying to copy you guys that'll pop up every once in a while.
Oh man,
on-
it's
on social
rampant.
media
It's,
that I'm like,
and then-
man,
it's really a
that's
thing in the
What's
butt.
We've noticed it a lot more over the past year. It's like
Yeah.
everywhere you look, it's like what? No way! Like
you guys were the first to be doing the lives. Everybody is on TikTok live now. Like everybody.
So there's a big show. Well, there's a few of them. The Olympia in Vegas they have every year, right, for supplement industry. And we when did we stop going, Dustin? 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah, it's probably
actually
2019.
yeah. So we stopped going, right? It's kind of a waste of money for us. We actually used to go the last 2 years and just had fun the whole time. But anyways, this last year after we were doing our lives, we had some people come back and we got on a call with another potential client. And they came back and said, you wouldn't believe the amount of times we heard about Insane Labz and TikTok and your guys' lives.
Good.
How everybody talked about our lives because let's be honest too, the most of the other ones you see is like a fitness girl or a guy sitting in front of like a backdrop and just talking, right?
Have no.
And then you have me and Dustin sitting here with a chainsaw going crazy, yelling. You know what I mean? So it's our lives are completely different.
There's one guy with the cut. He's got the cut shirt and he's all veiny and like he's got the wrong color spray tan and like just like veins in his eyeballs. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
They're doing they're ripping you off, but they're doing a miserable job of it.
Sure. Yeah. And then you always have people pop on like, you guys take the products. Like, yeah. Wouldn't you want a normal person taking the products versus someone who's taking steroids and saying they're taking the products?
Exactly.
It just doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
The fact that you're not
I don't know.
a fake fitness model, I don't know. Like, yeah, I want to buy products from you because you know the product. Phil,
We don't do before and afters. We don't do sexualized content. We've never done that. We don't do
I
that.
respect
And that's the industry.
We don't do athletes.
Dude.
We don't do like anything, right? We have affiliates who like are people who want to support us.
Right.
Like
But
if
we
you
don't-
see somebody taking the product, they just bought
Yeah.
it and tried it and
Yeah.
said something about it.
that's part of why you
But,
guys
like,
are my favorites. Phil, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Well, I was just gonna say the reason for me that you guys are my favorites is because the people that are in those lives, like whoever they are not real people. Like they're not like there's nothing authentic about them. I'd sit there and you guys is live and BS with you. Just like you guys have fun. You're clearly real people who just you're doing the thing and promoting it and great. But like you're just there having fun and that is visible. It is very visible. And so like, you know, I have never had an inclination whatsoever to spend more than 2 seconds in anybody else's lives on TikTok ever. It's just terrible.
Listen,
Well,
there's a guy with face tattoos that sells jerky, and he talks about how he used to be a drug addict. His lives are hilarious. I'm going to just say
They probably are because it's probably real. You know,
Right.
I haven't come across that one.
Search that one. No, honestly, what I was gonna say though, like before we did the lives, I was looking for somebody to do the lives for us, and I hadn't been on camera in years, man. Years. And I went to Dalton one day. I think Dalton, you did one by yourself one day, and it was kind of like weird.
Well, I don't do lives. I don't do the camera stuff, right? Dustin and our other guys used to do it, and I did one day as a test to make sure everything would work. And I was like, hey, I told him like I'm not doing it anymore, right? I don't want to do it. Like I'm fine with someone else doing it. I did it, and then Dustin shows up like the next day.
So I was like, let's just get in there. Let's just do our thing. Who cares, man? Like, let's just go in there and do it. And then that's kind of how the show evolved. And we wanted to create something that was kind of repeatable in the sense of like, you know, Jay and Shu could come in and do something, but we wanted theirs to be their vibe. That's why you have the cabin and the whole, like, at the end of the day, Jay and Shu outside of that cabin or whatever, quote unquote cabin, is the same as you'll meet here. Like, it's the same thing. We wanted to, Javi Dade, same thing. Like, it's when you talk to him on there, it's exactly how he is in person. Yeah. We didn't want the whole fake thing, and that's kind of what we tried to do.
That's awesome. Well, the best thing is like our live, like people think we always put on for like yelling and chains, but that's kind of us all day long.
Yeah.
Like halftime, like so I have an office. Dustin kind of left for a little bit, came back. We have a big, let's call it a bullpen area, right? He sits at a desk out there. I sit right next to him, and then we have our designer and stuff. Like we sit in a big group and laugh and just have fun all day. And how we are there is how we are here. You know what I mean? Like nothing changes. We don't put it on a facade to sell product, right? Because like to us, we're trying to, but like it is what it is.
Well, here there is no closed office. Like I sit at a little metal chair and a little tiny desk, like not in an office, out in the open. Like we don't do that. And, you know, it's just kind of like you want to keep that camaraderie, and when there's an idea, you want it to go fast. And I think that's the best way to do it.
Let's go.
Well, and just a testament to like the group and the lives too. Like how many guys are in there all that we joke about the asylum and stuff. There's you know, a couple dozen the same people in all the lives, and it's just like this big family. They all chime in. They're like, "Hey, how you been?" And they all check in, and you got guys that they have whole closets full of product, and not because they're, you know, just because they love the live so much, and they're like, you know, they get involved in the auctions and they go crazy and they buy all this stuff, and I'm like, man,
you want to know something funny?
It's a fun environment.
It's a great time, man. And me and Dalton really enjoy doing it. We just haven't had as much time now that we're Ben and Carlos and stuff. You know, we can't really do it as much. But a really crazy thing about Ben and Carlos, we created these little characters for the food stuff. Now when we walk around town, like I don't know what it is, but that video serves to everybody in town for some reason. So people would come up to us and be like, "Hey, Carlos, what's going on?" And it's like, "Hey, what's up?"
That's funny.
So
oh man, yeah.
That's what's fun too. You guys are from a small town, like the same size towns as you know, we're from. You know, so we get that small town thing, but you know, because people don't realize that a big company like that, you know, they think you're like in the city and everything, and you're not. You're just a regular small town. USA.
Very small, very very small.
Yeah. So I have one current event I wanted to share, and I wanted to transition a little bit. So, Monsignor Stephen Rossetti. He was the Archdiocese of Washington's longtime exorcist for 19 years. He was removed from his role after publicly stating that he believes most alien and UFO sightings are demonic in nature. And so, do you think
he's right?
Do you think UFOs and aliens are demons as well?
I don't even. I don't. Yes, I do actually.
Yeah,
I do too.
yeah, for sure.
It's either our government or aliens.
I think.
Or demons.
100%. I think the things, I mean, I've seen stuff in the sky. I think it's just some technology the government has a hold of that we just don't know about yet. I think it's very possible. The demon thing makes the most sense to me.
Same.
Oh, so we have a theory about 1884, right? we just so many things pop up in 1884, and we found out a few weeks ago that in 1884, a lot of the organizations that dealt with demons and things like that, government organizations shifted and started calling them extraterrestrials.
Really?
Huh. Yeah, they were actually, before that they called them all demons, and then there was a shift where they started calling them all extraterrestrials, and then about 10 years later is when the alien thing started coming into the mainstream media. So before 1884 there was no such thing as aliens.
What were we talking about, Dustin, that one day, how they're saying, oh, aliens are real, but it's going to end up being demons, but they're going to make everyone think it's aliens.
Blue beam. I mean, it's probably blue beam type stuff for sure. But like, I think a lot of it too, like if you look at the whole like Crowley, what is it called, Limb, his little drawing he had, like the whole Hollywood based the aliens off of that image, and like that's pretty convenient, I think. You know.
Yep. Yeah, and again, it kind of goes back to the, like, if people are interested in it, it's going to draw you in, and so aliens. Some people are interested in aliens the same way, you know, I demon hunted or ghost hunted or whatever. But
Like, it's weird, man. I'm into all that stuff, but aliens, I've never, like, I know a lot about it, but I'm not that interested in it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Same.
Maybe the whole anal probing thing.
Yeah. But it is kind of crazy that an exorcist was removed from his position for saying that he believed that aliens were just demons.
That is,
Yeah.
like, why would that be if that's not a great take?
I think there's been an overthrow of like a long. Yeah, I won't knock anybody's. If people are Catholic,
like at the Catholic Church.
Yeah, it just seems like they've gone so far away from what Christianity is that it's more about appeasing the governments and stuff like that now than it is. I just recently found out. I didn't know this. This is crazy to me, but I didn't know that the Holy Roman Empire fell in 1806. I thought it was like the year 600.
Me too. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, and talking about government, like the Roman Catholic Church was the government of the world for a very long time. They made all the rules. They drew the borders. They did all that.
Well,
just look at the imagery in the Vatican. It's crazy, man.
And that's
like the imagery is insane.
So some people theorize that when Rome or the Holy Roman Empire fell in 1806, that it got split in half. And half of it went to the Vatican and the other half came over to the United States and became our government system. And it is kind of crazy, the correlations. And we talk about the 1800s, but the 1880s is crazy. If you want to just go down a rabbit hole, start looking at all the significant events that happened in the 1880s.
Stuff.
Like,
crazy stuff.
Really?
Like
we found so much happening in the mid 1880s that now when we research something, that's one of the first things we look at is what was going on in this realm. You know, what was going on with Bigfoot research in 1884? What was going on with insane asylums in 1884?
Yes.
What was going on with dinosaurs in 1884? You're like, it's crazy.
It feels like the worldview narrative got changed. Like there was an agenda put in place of like, okay, we're going to make people think like this. This is how the world works as far as everyone is concerned.
Right.
You need to understand this is the way it is. Everything you thought you knew, the way we taught history up until now, that's not real. Science says, Enlightenment says, this says, just if you're not an idiot, you understand how the world works, and it's this. Well, it's like it all got funneled to our modern way of thinking.
Sure. And I mean, I think you've seen a lot of that during the whole COVID era too. Like that probably something that would be in the 1880s type of a whole shift, Yeah. And then like, if you look back, what everybody's going to believe about that will be something that was put in the books, not what it actually was.
That's fair. I wonder if in the future we'll look back.
It's almost harder to bottle now, though. It's harder to bottle because it gets out so fast. Like there used to be time. You had time to shift it and shape it and put people where they need to be. And now things happen so fast. Like I think they're having a hard time bottling it. I think
it's traumatizing event after traumatizing event.
Yeah.
But again, they almost don't have to anymore. Like, we shared on just the previous, like I think it was just on the previous episode that there's somebody who got arrested for putting out a bounty that if they would pay $200, if information that they shared led to the arrest of anybody on the Epstein list, and he got arrested for it. And so he got
arrested for saying that.
He's technically the first arrest involving the Epstein list in America.
Unreal.
And it was somebody putting a bounty out. And it's like
they've almost made that like a big meme in a sense, like the whole Epstein thing. Like, and that's like, come on, that's definitely they're definitely trying to do that. I mean, you can use memes in a different way.
Well, it's like on TikTok, we did an episode, the medical industry and then the insurance industry. I couldn't post advertisements. If I posted advertisements for the podcast that had any information other than the podcast title, it got dinged for community standards. I got violation. I've never had any violations on my account, and I kept getting dinged for them as soon as we put those episodes out. And we were having a problem with research because nobody was talking about those subjects. And I was like, either we can't find them because they shadow banned them, or people were so afraid of talking about them because their accounts were going to get limited. And we've seen our analytics on it just plateaued. And there are two of our 3 least listened to episodes within the first week. And
of course,
dude. And so it's like they have systems in place. Even if they like you have the right information. They have systems in place that limit the share of that information.
Of course. So I was doing a documentary about pharmaceutical companies and insurance companies back in 2015. So I went deep diving into like what politicians get paid and like this whole lobbyist thing.
Yeah.
It is mind blowing, and it happens with every president, no matter which side of the aisle you're on or whatever. Like, it's rampant, dude. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like the influence is unbelievable.
Like collecting money as like expand on that a little bit because we just finished that series, so this would be relevant.
Like kickbacks for policy.
So here's the thing. It's like when I told you the governor came down. The reason I didn't do anything, he wanted me to pay him to influence certain things. If I paid him, I would get certain, I wouldn't be on the hook for certain things, I guess you would say, right? I didn't do that. And this is point blank. This is when in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is actually real. So big pharmaceutical companies, they will pay politicians X amount of money to push the drug to get it to go through. Yeah. Like that's what happens, and that's why, and that happens in every industry, really. Like it's so I'm getting feedback. What do you get that? Okay. But yeah, it's just like, it's just paying for play really is what it is. But politicians, that's how they make a lot of money, man.
So they came down to your warehouse and said, basically, hey, if you give us money, we'll look the other way, basically. But then you said no, and then they came up with stuff to charge you anyway, basically.
So the whole deal was they would basically, the state of Arkansas, they'll give you so much money to, like if you're hiring a ton of employees, they kind of help out a bit.
Oh, okay.
And I was so new, I didn't understand like what that really entailed. And then the governor was to come down. He gave a speech. Like there's evidence of this. You can look it up. LaCheek Nutrition Inc. Governor, something like that. And you'll find that, me and the governor up there. And then we got in this little room. It's like a little conference room. And he's like, hey, if you want to help out with lobby money, blah, 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 I can help you this way. And you can kind of be on the team. Like this firsthand experience, man. It was crazy. Like I always had heard this stuff happens. And now I know for a fact it happens. But if you look up the amount of money that governors, senators take, presidents take from these big pharmaceutical insurance companies, it's outrageous. And that's who runs the world, in my opinion, is big corporations that pay the governors that's really what it is. Like we definitely don't live in a free market society. That's 100% false.
Yeah. And people who break through that and like you guys, you're breaking through that mold. And for me, I didn't even know that information when I supported you, but just, I could tell that you guys were legit, and even the way you present yourselves, and it shines through, and it might be harder, but in the long run, you're going to get support from really legit people. And and I'll give a shout out to Jay Bravo. Jay Bravo,
love Bravo.
He's a legit dude, and you guys have just his pure, support because of the fact that you are legit and he is legit. And so really good people they see through that eventually in one way or another. And I feel like in the long run, as you guys stay the right course and everything, you get support of people like Jay Bravo, like us on our podcast. It's like we're super loyal to you guys, and we promote you guys all over the place because we see that you're legit. And man, I just want to just thank you so much for staying true to who you are, and your integrity shines through. And man, that's crazy though. I'm having a hard time processing.
Talking about some stuff, like sincerely from Dalton and myself to y'all, we appreciate that. Like it doesn't get unheard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Well, at this point, Mike, were you going to say something?
No, I was going to agree. I was just good people attract good people.
Yeah.
That's the kind of people I want to be around. It's the kind of people I want to work with. I know for a fact, if I were to start a business and I have a question, I know that if I reached out to you guys, you'd be like, hey, have you tried this? You know, hey, what do you think about this? You'd be like, no, avoid that. You don't want to mess with that. I know that I could trust you guys in doing that because you still feel you have that family, and you talked about it. You have that kind of family feel, like you attract good people and good people have your back, you know? So, yeah.
So in other words, you don't like Bill Gates and,
I love me some Bill. No, it's joking.
That's my homie. We're going fishing. We're going fishing this weekend.
Oh my gosh!
Me and old Billy. We're going fishing.
Elon Musk, Bill Gates. I mean, just add a couple more in there. I'm with it. Billions. I mean, I'll take them.
Gosh. Well,
so wait. Talking about famous people, I saw you have a picture with Mike Tyson. Who else did I see?
Ronnie Coleman.
Ronnie Coleman. Who's the coolest? In your eyes, who's the coolest celebrity you've met? And then we'll go. Who our coolest celebrity is?
The coolest celebrity?
Probably not as cool.
I mean, Ronnie Coleman's awesome. So I met him. I did a store event in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he had a booth and I had a booth, and that's how I met him. Mike Tyson, I was in Vegas, and he was walking to a sports memorabilia place. And I went and me and my wife had to get in line to meet him, but he was awesome, dude. Awesome. Like he told stories about like the Arkansas governor at the time and like Bill Clinton, and it was just wild, but he was great.
Yeah. You met Michael Phelps on like the same trip.
Yeah.
Me and my wife met Michael Phelps stoned. It was weird. He was like the most like kind of like standoffish probably. Yeah. Who else would it be, Dalton?
I mean, we've met a lot of MMA fighters like John Jones.
John Jones, really nice guy.
John Jones is awesome.
I know that it don't seem like he would be maybe, but from our experience, great, humble dude.
Matt Hughes, met him, Rashad Evans. And then we met Michael. I don't know if you were there. Michael Jaw White, the actor dude.
Oh, dude.
Oh, okay.
That guy's the bomb.
Yeah, we met him. We were just walking through the casino, and he was just walking. He was pretty cool. We didn't meet him, but we went into a restaurant to eat, and Arnold Schwarzenegger walked in.
Stallone.
And Stallone were there.
It was cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. So
that is cool.
I think that's probably it. I mean, there's probably more, but I think for me, I'd say Tyson probably. I think that was the coolest.
Yeah.
Because I loved Tyson growing up.
That's cool. Yeah. That's great.
So for me, I was in. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you know that Schwarzenegger actually has a house here? Like in Shadron.
In Shadron?
In Shadron.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What?
It's like over there on Hidden Valley. Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't think he goes there very often. I don't know if he even like ever like stays there, if it's just like a
weird.
But he owns property like in Dawes County, like just around Shadron. It's like right here.
I was at my grandma's restaurant when she owned a restaurant in Fort Collins, and I went into a restaurant. And she has a bunch of pictures on the wall of like, you know, people, just her with people, and I'm looking, and she's standing there with the Undertaker in one of the pictures, and I'm like, Grandma, you know the Undertaker? And she's like, that's not who? And she speaks Spanish. She doesn't speak English very well. She's like, who are you talking about? I said, the wrestler, the Undertaker. You have a picture with him, and he's huge because she's itty bitty little thing, and he's huge. And she's like, no, that's my landlord. Like he owned she rented from the Undertaker. Like, yeah, and I was like, dude, let me know when he's here. I want to.
That's what he said.
You met Rey Mysterio and all them.
Oh, Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle at Waffle House.
Waffle House. Yeah,
dude, we went in. It was at Denny's. It was at Denny's. We're eating, being a buddy, and like. It was pretty much. And Kurt Angle's sitting there, and it was Rey Mysterio. They put a little high chair for him because he's so small or whatever. But they were watching SpongeBob. It was the weirdest thing, dude. But like super nice guys though. But they were like really into the SpongeBob episode while they were eating. I was like, all right, cool, man.
Crazy.
Tenacious Z.
Wasn't a fever dream you had?
From the WWE. That one-legged wrestler that like
oh really?
Yeah, they took his leg off and beat him with it. He's a pretty good friend of mine. He was in the WWE for a while. So the coolest person I ever met, I was in college and I was singing at Carnegie Hall in New York, and it was like 2:00 in the morning, and we went down to the deli to buy some adult beverages, and we're standing in line behind these two guys, and they've got these nice silk suits on. One of them's big and one of them's itty bitty little tiny guy, and he starts talking, and the guys I'm standing with, I stopped and I was like, shh, hey. I was like, I think that's MC Hammer. And he turns around, his bodyguard jumped in front of him, and I was like, Hammer, what's up? And so we sat and we talked to MC Hammer for about
Was he too legit to quit or anything?
He was pretty legit. He's tiny. He's a little guy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
bet, dude.
That's
With them pants on, they just scoot.
That was cool. We're like, we're not. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. We just want to say hi.
Yeah,
that's
it was before
awesome.
we had phones or any of that stuff, so I don't have any proof, but that was kind of cool.
I only have one. I did ministry with Brian Welch, the guitarist for Korn.
Corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a cool testimony, but
I like his. I've heard it.
yeah, he used to partner, and so my mentor's son is his business partner and like best friend. And so anytime he was in the area, we got to go and minister with him. And so he's really cool, but he's also really short too. He doesn't look that short, but yeah, he's a short little dude.
I feel like everybody you meet short though. Like it seems like
Maybe we're just
I
tall.
am 6'4".
Y'all are big. Me and Dalton are about 6 foot, so like we're not that short. But
Yeah.
like,
See, I'm like 6'3" ish, and Tanner's 6'4". So
I know you guys are huge.
But so time wise, was there? Okay, I wanted to give you guys space. Is there anything? Obviously, you already shared that you're going to be doing the energy drink, which is huge. What else you guys got going on that you guys want to promote? Free promotion time.
All right. And we didn't come on here for
I know.
that. I was very good talking about relic hominids.
I know you didn't.
But go ahead, Dalton. What do we got?
Part of the reason we want to do this is because you didn't come here with the intention of advertising. And so,
I appreciate it.
but I want to respect you guys because we love your products too. And so if there is anything,
I just want to know what you got going. Like, I just want to hear it. Yeah.
yeah, we got theories, but we want to hear from
This may benefit you, but I want to know.
What do you think's going on with Krampus? What do you think's going on with that?
I hear there's some new flavors. We're going a little different direction, and there's going to be some new flavors coming out. That's what I hear.
So there's actually going to be a name change. It's going to be called Psychotic Hydration.
okay.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be the same product. It's just going to be kind of repackaged just because Krampus was more like originally when we launched that, it was more of a Christmas time kind of like deal back in 2017 or something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What else we got, Dalton?
We have the green one out there.
The green one.
Just tell them the name of it, man.
We're doing a green, psychotic greens.
Ooh.
Oh.
So we have that coming out. I mean, we have a lot. I mean, how much?
It's the Bigfoot
How
podcast.
much?
Tell them
which one?
everything.
Okay. So psychotic greens. We got psychotic hydration. We have releasing next month Psycho Focus XR, which is going to be basically a flavor focus drink. Not geared towards gaining, but like, if you game, you drink it. I mean, just a good focus product. And then let's see here. We have
Go ahead.
the unicorn one.
Oh, yeah, we have we used to have one called Unicorn Pre back in the day, and we've redone the entire thing, but it's
Just when I think I've heard everything.
Yeah.
It's gonna look absolutely sick. We haven't released any pictures of it yet, but just a little insight. Like, it's a clear bottle with the label, but the label's also clear. And then we're doing custom scoops, custom lids to where, like, they're what would you call it, Dustin? The look of it.
It has like an iridescent lid. It's like everything's custom about the product. I think it's our
best looking product
we ever put out. Like, a lot of time has went into it, and you'd think like, why are you guys doing a unicorn product and putting so much time in it? We think, and it's not a prop blend, so I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
Like the non-prop blend police people will be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of
We
it.
have NC-21 we're working on. That's wild.
NC-21, yes.
So we go rated R straight to NC-21.
21, dude.
Yeah.
It's only for 21 and older. It's red packaging. It looks sick, dude.
Oh, that's a completely different look we've ever done too. We're doing a red bottle, red lid, red label. It looks sick too.
So in other words,
So
I
what
should
me and-
save up a little bit and make sure I can.
No, we're gonna send you one.
No, we'll get you guys a care package out.
We had so we had when Javi was in here Friday. We've been taking everybody in. Like, Shu has his own flavor. Jason has his own flavor. Me and Dalton have our own flavor. Javi has his own flavor. Me and Dalton took them in there and flavored it with them.
That's awesome.
We wanted to make sure they like it. And
We let everyone kind of have their own help with flavoring it. So it's me and Dustin have one, Javi, Jay has one, Shu has one, and then Laney has one. So he's got his own flavor as well. And then we have a new guy, Lloyd, who might make an appearance eventually. That he has his own flavor as well.
I think he follows me on TikTok.
Yeah, real weird guy.
Lamey's the wild card. Everybody knows about Lamey.
DJ
He just hides in the shadows, man.
Yeah.
Lamey will not get out of the shadows.
That's
This
so
guy.
funny.
He sits here and listens to a podcast. Like,
Yeah.
He's just in the drinking the juice box. And,
Yep.
I know he's an anomaly,
Oh
man.
my God.
He's secret.
It's super great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. But okay, so as soon as we get done recording, I'll need you guys to stay on just for a minute to make sure everything uploads. Just so you know. But outside of that, was there anything cryptid or anything else you guys wanted to talk about? I want to respect your guys' time.
No, I think we kind of went over everything.
Man,
I think so, man. I think we're good.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Down
can
the
do
road,
this-
if you
we can
guys
do
want
this-
to be on the show again, man, just
Yeah,
reach
I was
out.
going to say, this was
Yeah.
the last episode.
No.
Love to do
like
more.
next time we go full in, there's no insane labs talk. We just go into some wild stuff. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
that'd
Next
be
time
awesome.
it'll be just Dustin
We'll
and Dalton
go
joining to
all
talk
code
cryptids.
names. We'll go all code
Yeah.
names. Nobody knows who you are.
Hey, Ben
All right,
Gonzalez and Carlos
Carla.
will be on.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's right.
But that's like legit. If you guys do want to come on anything, like if you want to talk a specific topic that you want to cover for the whole episode and do it like traditional instead of it being more like us interviewing you kind of style, and you just
Yeah,
want to
this is
join
good to
in
know
the
you.
same way we do the show, you guys are legit. This is a free, open. Anytime we're going to talk about something that you want to talk about and you want to come on the show, or you have something that you want to talk about, like work it out with us. I will. Now that we've got this system, we figured this system, the StreamYard stuff, we figured it out so we could have you guys on the show. And so now that we've got it set up and everything's all good to go, anytime you guys want to come on, seriously, or even just one of you, if one of you guys is free and the other one's not, open invitation. Anytime you guys are welcome on the show.
Cool.
But yeah, and so with that, we want to say, we just ask our listeners, don't forget patreon.com/BA Bigfoot. Join the Discord. We've got a Discord. We got a bunch of people in there. It's free to join the Discord. You don't have to be in Patreon to join the Discord. And seriously, Insane Labz for all your supplement needs. These guys are awesome. We don't gatekeep the Insane Labz products. The cheapest place to get stuff is on their TikTok lives. They give you good deals, all that stuff. Pop on their lives. If you want to buy from the website, you can use our code. Otherwise, don't forget to be
Your biblically accurate best.
And thank you guys again so much for joining us. Okay.
Appreciate it, man.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
In the ancient days of giants, when the earth was wild and free, a creature roamed the valleys, cloaked in mystery. Is he born of angels' blood and man, a Nephilim so tall, or a shadow of the fallen, yet he the maker's call? He's a biblically accurate Bigfoot, with a lineage from the skies. Not a myth or legend, but a truth that never dies. Is he a remnant of the Nephilim, a titan standing tall? Or does he have the word of God upon him, the last to hear the call?